In the event that you don't have access to the testnet or testnet tokens, there is an alternative method to get assets into a Sandbox Prime Trust account. This has nothing to do with how things work in production. It is only for development purposes and to increase your asset balance so that you can then move those assets around in the sandbox. To simulate the contribution of BTC to this account, we're going to use a sandbox only method. So /v2 asset contributions, we're going to include some additional information, which can always be done by adding parameters to your call. In this case, we're just looking for the asset transfer and the asset transfer method to be returned on this contribution, just so that the data is available. So the fields that are needed here are again, the account ID and the contact ID that is associated with this deposit of BTC. The asset ID is needed as well to identify what asset we're going to simulate, and a unit count for how much to create. All right, so in this case, our result just shows that the unit count was 100. This is a successful contribution. If we go to look at the account in the UI, you now see it says total balance 0 and available balance 0. If you view the details here, this is going to show up under external transfers. You're going to see that the reason our total value or available value is 0 is because this transaction is still pending. This, again, is something that happens automatically in production, but you need to take manual steps in the sandbox. So we have a pending contribution of 100 BTC. We go back to Postman. We can use a post request to /v2 asset transfers with the asset transfer ID that we retrieved from the contribution and the special sandbox only settle method. All of the data in this body is optional for this call. This will just populate these fields with some value that is similar to what you might see in production. So there's a settlement details field and a transaction hash. In production, the transaction hash will be the actual blockchain transaction hash. In this case, I'm just stuffing some random data in here. Comments are also possible. All right, so now we see status settled for the 100 BTC. We go back to the UI and refresh the screen. We now see pending review, 100 BTC. This is another asynchronous function. If we wait just a few seconds, we do see that down here, the 100 BTC is settled. We refresh the screen again. We now see that after a refresh, the review has been automated and completed in the sandbox. So we have 100 BTC available in this account. So that's how you simulate receiving assets in the sandbox.